Pauley. UC San Diego in white, Southern in the blue, and the opening tip is controlled by the Jaguars.
Well, both teams were talking about their defensive prowess and how tough they would be.
Take a look at the starting lineups brought to you by Capital One, the Southern starting five. Anaya Gordine, the leading scorer, the SWAC Tournament MVP. Leah Fontenot is a good shooter. Tiana Ledge in the post. And D.K. Sanders will run the point for this Southern team. There's good defense from San Diego as Gallegos comes away with it. And the first possession for the Tritons as they'll bring it across half court. Their starting lineup brought to you by Capital One. We talked about Sigapong. Sabrina Ma, newcomer of the year in the Big West. Gallegos had the big game in the final. Diana Spriggs and Parker Montgomery, fifth-year grad student from L.A., making a homecoming here, playing in the NCAA Tournament in L.A.
Well, speaking with Heidi Vanderveer, the head coach for San Diego, she said, listen, this Southern team, they're going to be all over us with a myriad of defensive schemes, and we just have to be patient and not let them speed us up, whether it's full court or in the quarter court.
Gallegos kicked it to Montgomery, who couldn't knock it down, and here comes Southern back the other way with Sanders into the front court.
Southern wants a quick pace of play, and that's not just fast break. They want to get early offense, get some early opportunities to take shots and make shots.
Gordine, their leading scorer, just under 12 points a game. Good balance. She got free for the first two here at UCLA. San Diego, for the most part, may play 7 on the court, but more than 7 are involved.
Absolutely, especially right there. That's a tough place to lose possession.
So after the slow start shooting back in 1991, now I remember Dr. Duncan Stein, who was Darrell Griffith for Louisville.
Yeah.
And I had my memory refreshed about Dr. Dunk.
What was your nickname when you were dunking it like that?
Definitely not Dr.
Not that? Oh, okay. Listen, he had the bunnies and the kangaroos activated, clearly flying through the sky. Get up there.
On the media timeout, Southern gets a basket. Still saved up that you could run out there and you just stopped because you should have checked about 20 years ago, maybe.
Just nerve hoop. That's it now. Nerve hoop is getting destroyed.
That sounds like that's an Achilles wrist. Off the miss. Here comes Southern on the push. And Sigapong, good job defensively. The officials look at each other. It's like things are going to be tough for scoring today, but this came easy for Southern out of the timeout.
Yeah, straight line drives, committing to the basketball, draw to C4 mentality.
So Nia Reed spots up and knocks down a 3. Southern makes on average 5 threes a game. Not a huge part of what they do offensively.
Yeah, Heidi Vanderveer said we really have to do a great job with the straight line drives.
There you get a little taste of Sigapong on the drive.
With fabulous footwork down inside. Tough to stop if you don't put your foot on the baseline.
Same spot as before. Why not?
It's my sweet spot. You're not going to take it away. Just waiting for the defense to play in a different way.
Sigapong, you can see how swarmed by Southern she'll be every time she touches it. Now Ma on the drive. Good feed to Condren for 2.
Trying to get recalibrated here on the offensive end, trying to get into a horn set, trying to free some avenues to attack, but San Diego is doing a great job defensively.
Gordine, little hesitation, that hits the gas and gets to the basket.
Have been in the paint so far.
Gallegos checks out for UC San Diego. And just into the game is Janae Mahan, a little bit better than 4 points a game. Had 4 points, 4 rebounds, and 17 minutes off the bench in the Big West Championship on her birthday. That was a good way to celebrate.
Birthday buckets.
Get you started with first 4 today and tomorrow. Iowa State came from behind to knock off Princeton by 5. Audie Crooks went for 27.
Yeah, and she also said, we have a chip on our shoulder right now, and I love that. Right? That's a young team, but they are playing with some force and intentionality, and I love it.
Another straightaway 3 and a make by Reed. 3 in a row for Sanaya Reed from the same spot.
Tic-tac-toe.
And then answering is the top 3-point shooter for San Diego, Sabrina Ma, as things start to open up a little bit. 2-2 out of that first media timeout, and now buckets starting to fall.
Well, I like it, and both teams are finding their niche. My goodness.
Sanaya Reed
with ease.
So Reed is 4 for 4 from the field. She's got that 2, the 3 threes, giving her 52 made threes on the season. That's number 1 on this team. Montgomery trying to get going, cannot. And it'll be Southern basketball.
They found some comfortability. And they've been able to shrink the defense down and get those viable looks on the offensive side.
Tate heads to the bench as DK Sanders comes back on. Final minute of the opening quarter. First 4 at UCLA. Sanders. 8 on the shot clock. Feeding it into Tiana Lidge. And Southern stays hot after the slow start.
San Diego did a good job there of helping the helper. They had nice baseline rotation defensively. That was just an excellent shot. The mechanics, timing of the offense was perfect.
6 to go in the quarter. Rebound ripped down by Lawson. And that will do it.
So she has just been rolling on the offensive end.
Reed on the season, 37% from outside the arc. Number 1 on the team. No one's made more threes than her. And she's like, I'm open.
Yeah.
You gonna take it? I'm open again. You gonna take it?
Right, but if you're in a cross match, I know if I was checking her, I wouldn't go all the way out on her either because she's gonna rip and go and attack my hip. So she's taking full advantage of those cross matches on a couple of those threes.
Once again, Southern disruptive, getting another steal.
Started 27 games this season, so one of the players in those 7 that Vanderveer goes to.
That's going to be a traveling violation. Turnover on Southern.
Or she can score the ball herself, but it's up to everyone else around her to stay aggressive with their off-ball activity. And they've got to do that by setting and using good screens.
Mahan on the drive. Good strong take for 2. So Mahan got the early free throws. Now she gets her first field goal. Brings it down to a 6-point game as Sanders brings it across for the SWAC champs.
I like that attack by UC San Diego on that last possession, but they've got to get a hand up quickly. On the other side, I said Southern likes to get into their offense very early in the quarter court. You got to be ready.
Sigapong for Mahan. Mahan from the corner. Can't get it, and it's saved by Edwards for Southern.
Sigapong right there. She just put on the full display. Dribbling that basketball. I mean, split the defense with ease.
Another 3 for the Jaguars. Gordine from the corner. Mahan for Ma. Ma, good feet inside. Unable to finish, though, was Condren.
Condren's got to get that basketball in the middle of the square. I mean, that was a perfectly fed pass there. Little pocket pass to the weak side. Got to finish.
She usually does 54%. There's 5 threes and a timeout called. Take a look at the national rankings in scoring. Southern getting almost 24 points a game. That's 36th in D1. UC San Diego 267 in D1. And the bench has been big for Southern so far. Sigapong can't get it to drop. And that's going to be a foul called.
But you just have to have the discipline and the body control to hustle back.
UC San Diego played 7 the last couple of games. Now they have played 8 so far here today because of the early foul trouble. With the 2 personals on Spriggs. Saved by Southern. No reset of the shot clock. It's at 5. Another 3 on the way. And another 3 made by Southern.
Maybe they can look to establish Spriggs.
Trying to get Gallegos going. That's one way to do it. Goes to the left hand. Redshirt sophomore from Denver getting her first points.
Now I love that. And she stayed connected. And that's how she was able to be a whirling dervish on that finish.
Up off the window and in. Another bucket for Reed.
And it's March Madness, right? It's anything goes. And you got to be aggressive, but you also have to be confident in the work ethic that you have put in to get you here in this first 4 contest.
Sanders, defended by Montgomery.
I mean, there hasn't been a possession that Southern hasn't been in attack mode, looking for double drag action right here. 2 screens on the elbow.
Reed, another one. Sanaya Reed. And then the next year started their transition to Division I, and you're ineligible to compete in postseason tournaments for 4 years.
Right. I mean, they have 18 postseason appearances, 13 of those at the D2 level, and 5 of them at the D3 level. So they're poised for March, but this is the D1 level of March, so it's going to take some getting used to As UC San Diego is still trying to get acclimated here in this game.
Sanaya Reed with it, looking for more and getting more.
More points than the entire team of UC San Diego, as you said, and that's just insane to think about.
Sigapon trying to get free, trying to get heated up. She's got 6, but it's all Southern in the first half here at UCLA.
And no second chance opportunities before that one, and you really have to fight for extra possessions when you're not getting those initial shots to fall. You got to fight for those second and third.
I mean, Sanaya Reed,
come on, man.
The smile is wide as she came back across half court. She is just in that space where you feel like the rim is about a mile wide.
Yeah, just keep shooting it. I mean, at this point, she scored the last 8 points for Southern. Amazing. Keep it going. She's in a pressure cooker all by herself.
Sigapon kicks to the corner. Montgomery finally knocks down the 3. She's trying to get going. She was 0 for 5 from the field, 0 for 3 on threes as she knocks that down for her first points.
Well, both teams riding high momentum coming into this one, winning 3 in a row, respectively.
On the drive, Jocelyn Tate. She'll do it herself and getting back on defense and getting the stop. It's last touchdown.
They are all contested. She has not had one wide open look. She has been jammed up. She has been contested, deflected, blocked. And that's why she's been on the floor several times in this game, because she's had to dig through the mud to try to create some offense.
Sigapon, the runner is too strong. 4 seconds to go. Time here for Gordine. Pushes it across half court. On the run at the buzzer. Count it.
And let's see what UC San Diego does differently defensively against her here in the second half, because she was, in essence, just unstoppable with what she was able to supply on the offensive end.
She'll be on the bench to start things here in the second half. The original starting 5 out there for the Jaguars. On the run, basket from Parker Montgomery. She's got 5. Samaya Sigapon held to 6 first half points. Gordine feeds the post on the turnaround. That won't drop. 1 and done. And here comes Sigapon.
Both teams had 10 paint points in that first half, but the difference was those threes by Southern.
Montgomery, wide open look for 3. Great start for UC San Diego.
See the defense.
Sanders accelerates, dishes.
With why you're putting the ball on the floor, and coaches love that. Don't just be aimlessly dribbling the basketball. You dribble to score, not to explore.
Sabrina Ma, offensive foul.
Player, you got to drop down in front, and you can't be late. And Southern is counting on you being tardy for the party, and that's why they were able to score that bucket there.
Ma picks up her first personal foul. That inside again, great job by Southern.
But it was the seal for me. That's what I mean. They've been playing seamlessly.
Christie, 13 assists on 19 made field goals. UC San Diego returns the favor.
That Southern likes to execute. And counting on UC San Diego to switch on that action.
Gordine. Gallegos with the rebound.
Heidi Vanderveer said that we have to rebound well, which they did, but they also have to make shots. They did well in that first half, +5 on the boards.
Sigapon leads into a deep 3.
Well, they need her.
Up to 11 points now. Tough shot, rebound by Gallegos off the miss by Gordine. Pressure in the backcourt, and here comes Sigapon, wide open for another 3. 14 points for the sophomore. Will Southern take a timeout? They will. Different game coming out of the locker rooms at halftime. It's an 11-point deficit right now. His spark from that first half to try to turn things around here after a very slow start in the third quarter. 5 on the shot clock, and here is Reed. Reed defended by Montgomery. And she's fouled, taking a 3.
I guess she was shaking her head to Montgomery like, no, don't do that. And not that it was not the proper call. And then With 1 second left, he bailed him out with that shot.
These are the first free throws of the game for Southern. 20 was her previous career high. She has passed that mark already. 5.5 to go in the third quarter. Shania Reed. Here's Gallegos on the other end.
Gallegos not able to crack the code, which is that elbow area. Those gaps well defended.
Good help defense. Guess who came in for the block? Shania Reed.
Yeah, superhuman and a superhero with that big block, sending that straight out of bounds. That's big-time defensive stuff.
Shot clock winding down. Spriggs trying to take it on the turnaround. In trouble. More good defense. And it's a shot clock violation. So Southern, I'm shocked that Maryland is on your key first-round game selections here.
I think that's going to be a great game. Maryland, Norfolk State coming up on Saturday. Cheyenne Sellers, senior Shy, is going to be taking on Diamond Johnson, who transferred from NC State years ago. But she is going to be a tough player to stop. Terps have a lot on the plate, and Florida State and George Mason also, I think, is going to be a great game. My cousin Vanessa Blair Lewis is the head coach at George Mason.
All right. So now we know you went with your alma mater family for 2 of your 4 games. I like your style.
You know, it's family
You're
first.
not hiding it.
Family first out here.
Out of the media timeout, basket for Southern. Heads inside the post up. Condren muscles it inside for 2.
The Tritons need to continue to attack in there.
Looking for the pass inside. UC San Diego's defense there. Kicked over, open 3 is on the way, and good!
Decisively well here in the second half with deflections and steals, taking it the other way.
Not getting the roll this time is Reed.
Everyone else is walling up the paint. Spray that thing out to the corner. The dirty corner 3. That's what Heidi Vanderveer likes to call it. That one dropped home nicely.
Edwards back on for Southern as Reed heads to the bench. Here's Sigapong, little hesitation. And she is fouled and will head to the free throw line to shoot a couple. I think back, Christy, to the Big West Tournament quarterfinal game against Cal Poly.
Yeah.
UC San Diego was down 11 in that game. They didn't take a lead in that game till there was less than a minute to play in the game. Stick with it and chip away and get stops and turn it into points on the other end. Chance of defense by this crowd that is made up mostly of UC San Diego fans, about 2.25 hours from La Jolla here to Westwood. Traffic permitting. 4 on the shot clock. On the cut. That won't drop. Fight for the loose ball, knocked out of bounds, and it will be UC San Diego ball into the hands of who else? Samaya Sigapong.
Bring her a drag screen. There it is.
Little hesitation, got the shot off in time, and it won't drop. 20-9 the scoring for UC San Diego in that third quarter. What flipped?
Well, you saw the composure by UC San Diego, and they just played with some intentionality on both sides of the floor. They were taking away the painted area, and I think that was a major key. They were rolling up on those 3s and communicative on the screening actions.
Three-pointer is no good, and Southern touched it last. UC San Diego put 20 on the board in 1 quarter after they put 20 on the board in the first half. Here's Ma, good 3-point shooter. That won't drop. And Southern controls this rebound with Lidge. 14 turnovers now for UC San Diego as Fontenot dribbles out and now pulls up.
UC San Diego still in that drop coverage on those cross match, and that comes with fatigue. So they shot 67% from 3 in that first half from range.
I'll take you one further. They haven't attempted a 3 in this third quarter. They get the 2 here and a chance for a 3-point play. Counted as Lidge will go to the free throw. Condren will go to the bench. Lidge can't finish off the 3-point play. Ripped away by Mahan, who will bring it back across half court. Montgomery transition 3. Wild shot won't drop, and Edwards has the rebound.
And Montgomery had Ma in the corner, and I think she should have had that extra pass, giving up the good for the great for that one. No one was guarding Ma right there in the left corner.
Sanders for Fontenot. On pull up and drops in.
I wouldn't want to dribble. I couldn't dribble anyway. I was just catch and shoot from inside. But I wouldn't want to put the ball on the deck around any of these players from Southern. I mean, they are right on it.
Good ball movement. They find the open shooter in the corner, Montgomery.
Taking some offensive production stress, if you will, off of Sigapong.
Tough take to the basket by the freshman, Jocelyn Tate, for 2.
Well, at this point in the season, you're already a sophomore. I mean, you've played enough minutes to manufacture that kind of confidence, to take that kind of a shot in March Madness. That's big-time stuff.
Sigapong defended by Sanders. Back out to Montgomery. 8 on the shot clock. Spriggs back outside. Sigapong open 3.
We need some consecutive stops here to keep that offensive momentum going.
Gourdine. Montgomery there defensively. Gourdine through traffic. The floater is good. The senior from Baltimore who started her career at Temple, coming up with big plays on the defensive end and the offensive end for Southern.
Yeah, she got by about 3 turnstiles on that side and just would not be denied down in the paint. That was a big-time bucket, serving up some confidence.
Here's Mahan trying to back in Gourdine. Oh, beautiful dish inside for 2. Spriggs. 4.5 to go in the 4th. First 4 game between Southern and UC San Diego, and Ma gets called for the foul. Most outstanding player at the Big West Tournament, which was won in Henderson, Nevada by UC San Diego over UC Davis. Had an 8-0 run to start that game. Family is always turning out. I think that's Dad just up on the aisle, just out of the camera view, wearing the number 3. He's just having a calm moment right now.
Coming down to it. Manufacture some offense, but this defense is stout by Southern.
Mahan backing it in, turning it around, off the window for 2.
That's some mayhem for Mahan on the block. It's not just post players who are supposed to be able to execute post moves. Every player should be able to be a hooper and make a play like that.
Sanders tiptoeing on the sideline, kept it in play. Southern trying to work some clock. On the turnaround and dropping in, Lidge gets the basket. 11-point lead for the Jaguars. 2.5 to go. Ma. UC San Diego could not ask for a better look there.
Yeah.
Ma, outstanding 3-point shooter, just would not drop.
And you can see now, so they're taking their sweet time on the offensive end, not rushing any actions, holding the lead and trying to use their offense as their defense, but the defense takes it the other way.
Montgomery with the steal, and she is fouled, and she'll go to the free throw line to shoot a couple. Solid career, really. 5th year, the grad student. She committed to this UC San Diego program, and to Heidi Vanderveer, thinking that she was going to be part of that transition period. COVID came along. You got an extra year, and here she is playing in the postseason, winning a conference tournament championship, and playing in the NCAA tournament as a 5th year.
Yeah, Heidi Vanderveer said that her staff did such a great job of decorating the hotel and celebrating.
Montgomery gets the steal. Sigapong has an opening, and Fontenot got in there. Corey's smiling now. This is the good, yes. Corey, this is the good time now.
Oh.
Just prepping. Everybody else is sweating things out for these first 4 days. Oh, how about this play? They go for the long pass to Sanders. Her fiance, Amar Knox, scored on that home run pass for Alabama State.
That's the 4th team foul, so the next one will send them to the line. So see if they'll foul right away here to try to get more possessions back offensively. There it is.
And Sigapong will give the foul. So Southern has who they want at the free throw line. 82% free throw shooter, the senior from Fresno, Texas, Aaliyah Fontenot. Not the football size, but like big things come in small packages for that group.
Yeah, no, they probably have about 50 people over there, but I mean, it is, they've been awesome. And the timeouts, My shoulder's been wiggly. You know, it's been fun. They have great energy.
1:15 to go, Sigapong to Ma. Ma steps into a three and gets it. Sabrina Ma, not done yet, playing with 4 fouls, knocks down her second three, and here's the pressure in the backcourt. And it's kicked by Mahan.
Triple tries, you got to close that gap and step towards that shooter.
Gordine was thinking about that long pass again, and it's a 5-second call.
Trying to get a quick bucket here and see if they can get some screens to get a clean look.
Mahan hangs in the air and gets it off the window for 2.
Can they do it again?
In the corner, it's Reed in trouble in the backcourt. And a foul is going to be called on Spriggs. So correction, it's her 3rd personal. Sigapong with 2 personal. And here is Reed, 68%.
She was on a heater in that first half. I mean, she was not going to be denied bucket-making ability, especially from 3. Especially on the defensive end to take things away, especially early in the quarter-court offense.
Montgomery and Ma and Sigapong, the good shooters, they work something for Ma, but Sigapong stepped on the baseline.
On the line, man. I know she wants that possession back.
Ma gives the foul, and she has fouled out. The junior from San Francisco who spent the previous 2 seasons at San Jose State.
And you never prepare your mind mentally. If you're a competitor, you never prepare your mind mentally to losing a game. So that's why it hits so hard. You see the emotion of all that investment and sacrifice.
Gracie Gallegos back on the floor. She's not played much at all.
Usually it's the inbounder that gets the opportunity. Let's see if that holds true here with Mahan entering the ball.
Against Montgomery, they do look for the quick 3. Montgomery off the mark. Tipped out and controlled by Tate, who was fouled by Montgomery. Gordine ready to trigger the inbounds for Southern. Jaguars have 8 seconds to get it across half court. Fontenot is fouled right away. They played at Maples against Sacred Heart in a first 4 matchup.
She said, you know, I had my eyes on them. You know, when she was still coaching at Stanford, they were at Stanford playing in that first round game. And she said, hey, they're not new to postseason competition, right? And sometimes that experience makes a difference.
4 players who appeared in that game on the roster today for Southern. UC San Diego out of timeouts. Montgomery gets a great look at 3 and it wouldn't drop. Rebound grab by Tate. She is grabbed and will head to the free throw line. Tate at the free throw line. You make a great point about Carlos Funches, his staff, a couple of these players going through this before where you have your air reservations for the next day or soon after to get where you need to go. They've handled it well here today.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they've been on task. With a high level of basketball IQ all game long.
Montgomery can't get that to drop. They'll head out of bounds. Celebration is on for the Southern fans. UC San Diego will not foul. The Southern Jaguars, for the first time, have won in the NCAA Tournament. They will play UCLA Friday nights.
Well, they did it with a unified defensive attack. We said coming into this game, you have 2 stout defensive teams facing each other like the Spider-Man meme. But when it all was said and done, it was the offense